HDD, hard disk drive. An HDD is a storage drive that uses spinning and magnetic disks to read and write data. Western Digital and Seagate commercialized them in the 1950s, but IBM introduced the first one in 1956. HDDs are still the cheapest way to get massive storage. You can get 8 terabytes for around $120. They work fine for storing files, photos, and backups where speed doesn't matter much. However, they are slow, loud, and fragile. Drop one and you can lose everything on it. SATA SSD. A SATA SSD is a solid state drive, no moving parts, that uses the SATA interface, the same connector older hard drives use. They became mainstream around 2010 and companies like Samsung and Crucial led the push. SATA SSDs are around 5 times faster than a regular HDD. Your computer boots in seconds instead of minutes. They fit in the same slot as a hard drive, so upgrading an old laptop is easy. However, SATA is a bottleneck. The interface maxes out at around 600 megabytes per second, which was designed for hard drives, not for flash drives. M2 SATA SSD. An M2 SATA SSD is the same SATA technology, but in a smaller stick shaped form factor that plugs directly into your motherboard. The M2 slot was introduced around 2013 as a part of an industry push for thinner laptops. The speed is identical to a regular SATA SSD, still capped at 600 megabytes per second. The real advantage is size. There is no cable, no bay needed. It just slots in and disappears inside the machine. However, many people buy M2 drives assuming they are fast, not realizing that some M2 slots are still SATA. NVMe SSD PCLE 3.0. NVMe stands for Non Volatile Memory Express. It's a protocol built specifically for flash storage, not adopted from old hard drive tech. Samsung launched the f- first consumer NVMe SSD in 2015 with the 950 Pro. PCLe 3.0 NVMe drives hit around 3,500 megabytes per second, which is nearly 6 times faster than SATA. Your system feels noticeably sniper. Large files move in seconds, not in minutes. However, for everyday tasks like browsing or documents, you honestly won't feel much difference over SATA. The speed shows up in heavy workloads. PCLe 4.0 NVMe. A PCLe 4.0 NVMe SSD doubles the bandwidth of PCLe 3.0 by using a newer, faster lane standard. PCLe 4.0 support for SSDs arrived on AMD's Ryzen 3000 platform in 2019, with the Intel following in 2021. Top speeds top speeds hit around 7,000 megabytes per second. That's the real world fast for editing, 3D rendering, and large file transfers. These drives are now affordable. The Samsung 980 Pro and WD Black SN 850X are both under $80 for 1 terabyte. However, you need a compatible motherboard and CPU. Older systems simply won't unlock the extra speed. PCL 5.0 NVMe. PCL 5.0 NVMe is the current top tier. It doubles PCLe 4.0 again, reaching speeds up to 14,000 megabytes per second. These drives become available in 2023 with the option from Crucial, Corsair, and Gigabyte reading early. The sequential read speeds are almost unbelievable. Moving a 100 GB file takes under 10 seconds. Content creators and professionals working with 8K footage or huge datasets are the main beneficiaries right now. However, these drives run extremely hot. Most require a heatsink and some throttle under sustained load. The price premium is also significant. eMMC. eMMC stands for Embedded Multimedia Card. It's a flash storage soldered directly into the device circuit board. It became the standard storage solution for budget laptops and tablets around 2012 to 2015. eMMC is cheap to manufacture, which keep device cost down. Budget Chromebooks and entry-level window laptops use it constantly. It consumes very little power, which helps battery life on a small device. However, eMMC is significantly slower than SSD, roughly comparable to a decent hard drive. A 32 GB or 64 GB eMMC laptop will feel slow from day one. U2 SSD. A U2 SSD is an enterprise grade NVMe drive in a larger 2.5-inch form factor with a special connector. U2 was standardized around 2014 to bring NVMe speeds to data centers without requiring M2 slots. These drives are built for servers and workstations that need high endurance. They can handle far more read and write cycles than consumer drives. Hot swappable bays in servers use U2 because you can replace a failed drive without shutting the system down. However, U2 drives are expensive, hard to find at retail, and overkill for any consumer use case. Optane, Intel. Intel Optane was a memory and storage technology based on 3D Point, a a completely different material from regular NAND flash. Intel developed it jointly with Micron and launched the first Optane products in 2017. Optane's key advantage was latency. It responded almost instantly compared to any NAND based SSD. Databases and enterprise applications loved it. It also had exceptional endurance. Optane drive could be written 2 or more times before winning out. However, Intel discontinued Optane in 2022 after a year of losses because it was too expensive and the market never scaled. New Optane products are no longer being made and existing units are becoming rare.